Good morning, everyone. Don't worry, I'm not going to throw anybody into the sea. We're all safe this morning. It's just that naughty prophet. Well, we are continuing with our Old Testament hero series. Last month, Doreen spoke to us about a particular old prophet. Old hero. He's actually one of my favorite, who can remind us who this old hero was. Who remember? No, not you, Doreen. Who? Not you, Graham. No way. No, Sarah. Anybody from the youth? Yay! Yes, that's it. Now, because you said that, all of you come and have a seat here, please. All of you come. Children in the house, come and sit down. Yes, definitely Jeremiah, also known as the weeping prophet, because of his emotional and compassionate heart. And he cried unto the Lord that God will have mercy on the children of Israel. Ooh. Brilliant. Because today is going to be fun. We also have, treasure hunt. So just make up your mind. I need 7 people. Before we get to that time, I need 7 people. Even adults too can participate. This is going to be fun. Because within that treasure as well, there are goodies. Don't worry, when the time comes, I only need 7. Let's continue with our story. Today, we are talking about Jonah. When I say Jonah, what comes to your mind? And who? God bless you. That's it. Jonah and the big fish. You know what? It took me 33 years to actually understand Jonah's character. Today, we will be looking at the life of Jonah, all he did, and we'll also see if God held what he did against him. But before then, let's watch a video.
This is Jonah. Now Jonah was a bit of a groaner, and when God told him to go to Nineveh and preach to them, Jonah said no. Instead, he found a ship that was going to Tarshish. Jonah paid for the trip and went aboard, planning to run away from the Lord. But the Lord sent great winds on the sea, which made the sea so stormy that the ship was in danger of breaking apart. So the sailors began to throw cargo over the side to make it lighter. Jonah had gone to lie down and he fell asleep. The captain of the ship came and said, "Why are you sleeping? Get up and pray to your God. Maybe your God will pay attention to us and we won't die." The men were very afraid. They asked Jonah, "What terrible thing did you do to upset your God?" They knew he was running from the Lord. They asked him, "What should we do to make the sea calm?" Jonah said, "Pick me up and throw me into the sea, and it will calm down. I know it is my fault that the great storm has come on you." So they did. They picked him up and they threw him in the sea, and then the sea became calm. Jonah sank into the deep, dark waters below, and the Lord sent a great big fish to swallow Jonah. Jonah was inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights, praying to God and asking for forgiveness in the smelly mouth of the big fish. Then 3 days later, the Lord spoke to the fish, and it spat him out onto the dry land. The Lord spoke to Jonah again and said, "Get up and go to Nineveh and preach what I tell you to say." This time Jonah obeyed, and he went to Nineveh. After Jonah had entered the city, he walked for 1 day and preached to the people, saying, "After 40 days Nineveh will be destroyed. You must change your ways." The people of Nineveh believed God. and they changed their ways. So God forgave them, and he didn't punish them. But this made Jonah really grumpy and unhappy. He said to God, "I knew this would happen. It's the reason I ran away. I knew you were a God who shows forgiveness instead of punishing them." But God said to Jonah, "Do you think it is your right to be angry? Of course I forgive them. I love the people of Nineveh. They just didn't know that what they were doing was wrong."
What a story, eh? Now, looking at that video or watching that video, does Jonah look like a hero? Let's be honest. Nah, I know. But don't worry, heroes come in different forms. Now, we can see that despite Jonah being a prophet, his life was far from, from flawless. In fact, Jonah was a pretty grumpy fella. Jonah argues with God a lot. And Jonah thinks he knows best. He thought he knows better than God, just like some of us do at times. And Jonah struggled to follow instruction, just like some of us do at times. What a hero, eh? When God asked Jonah to go to the city of Nineveh and fill the people with his warning instruction, what did Jonah do? Can anyone remind me what Jonah did? Yes, he ran away. He ran away to Tarshish. He went the opposite side. Jonah, instead of obeying God's word, Jonah ran away. He didn't think that the people of Nineveh are worthy of being saved. So he hopped into the boat, sailed over to the opposite side, and thought he is hidden away from God, and God cannot see him where he went. But he forgot that God is God. God can see even in the darkest valley. God saw him in the boat where he was sleeping. And because of him, God made there to be a great wind and a great tempest. But thank God, eventually the sailors cast a lot, and they found out that what was happening was as a result of Jonah's disobedience. Eventually, what happened? They threw Jonah into the sea. God, despite that, didn't give up on Jonah. But we would have thought with Jonah's huge mistake and huge disobedience, that would have marked the end of Jonah's ministry. Assuming it is any human being on earth, to be honest, that marks the end of his or her ministry, or that terminates your job. But it wasn't like that with God. In fact, God used his rebellion and his faults to bring about even a greater miracle. Does it sound familiar? God sees the heart of Jonah. Despite his behavior, despite his shortcomings, God can see his innermost thought, his innermost heart. Likewise, God can see your deepest thought and your deepest heart. God knew that there was something unique about Jonah. There is something hidden, great treasure hidden in Jonah, just like all of us here today. The Ninevites. Now let's talk about the people of Nineveh. The people of Nineveh were known for serving a god called Dagon. They picture him riding on a fish. No wonder God used a fish to swallow Jonah and vomit him on their shore. This is something they can relate with. God would often use what you can relate with to speak to you at times. These people were known for their brutal and wicked act of removing people's nose and ears of their prisoners. I guess they were certainly astonished when they saw a man being vomited by a big fish on their shore. So, just imagine their reaction when this grumpy prophet declared to them that repent or else there is a disaster coming upon your land. You know, with people with such reputation, you would expect them to take Jonah, kill him, or cut off his nose and cut off his ears. No. Instead of killing Jonah, they listened to him. They and their king, not just the people, even their king, and they call a fast for 40 days. Does it sound familiar? Yeah. Because God was specifically chosen Jonah to witness this assignment to his people. Likewise, God chose you and me in our family, in our church, in our working place for particular assignments at times, regardless of our limitation, our shortfall. God looks beyond what we think about ourselves. Does it sound familiar to you, children? Or to youth, the youth? You may think you're not perfect. You may think you don't know it all. And you don't need to know it all. You just need to depend on God. So, you see, God didn't choose Jonah because he was perfect. No. God didn't even count his actions against him. In fact, God uses his imperfection, his disobedience, to complete his master plan for the people of Nineveh. One thing I do know is when God has a plan for you, and when God has his eyes on you, no matter what you think of yourself, he will always find a way to bring it to pass. So, children and youth, just trust in God. When you feel as if you don't fit in, when you feel as if I'm not worthy, just call on God. So don't worry that you are not perfect. God can still use you the way you are. You don't have to have all the answers, or you don't have to always be happy. Once upon a time, I used to be a grumpy child too. I was never happy. But here I am today. God loves us exactly the way we are. He loves us with all our flaws, with all our mistakes. God knows us and he understands us. And he believes in us, even when we're feeling a bit grumpy, like Jonah. The fourth slide. Sometimes we just have to trust in God and know that he has the best plan for us. And remember to always listen to him, regardless, even if you feel as if, God, this looks like a mistake. It's never a mistake with God. With whatever happens, God has a plan. The only danger is if you don't follow the plan of God for your life, you might end up being swallowed by a fish. Or at times, you might end up, being disciplined for what you for what you did not do. Slide 5. It may have taken Jonah a while to understand or discover what God can do through him. But as he yielded to the instruction of God, God changed a whole Nineveh through him and revealed his grace and mercy for his people when they repented. God can change the whole world through you and me. It took me 33 years to agree with the story of Jonah in the Bible, because I felt as if As a child of God, you must listen to every instruction God gave you. But I now knew that was exactly how Jonah felt, like me. That the people of Nineveh don't deserve to be saved because they are in sin. I felt like that. But you know what? God doesn't think the way we think. When it took me 10 years to listen to God, to eventually explore ordination. I have so many people come to me and said, Bosede, why don't you think of, being a woman of God? That's what they call it in those days. And I said, not for me. Not for me. Rather, when I heard from God, I bargained with God and went for my law degree. And I was hoping that, yes, I got it now. Maybe when I turn 60 or 70, then I will follow God. I disobeyed God during that time. But I found that everything I do in that time wasn't working. It's like, putting things together, but that's not it. I had no peace. Then, when I yielded, and I knew despite I'm not perfect, despite I don't fit into the Church of England, I eventually found my peace. And God is taking me through the journey gradually. So what I'm trying to say is, you don't need to be perfect. Just be who you are. And whatever you have, God is going to use it. Now, we are going to play our game. Now, run the church. I have some hidden treasures in form of words. So, I'll need 7 people, as I said. Oh, Jesus. How am I going to do this? Okay, you? You with glasses? Okay, all of you, stand up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. I think I'm going to no adult? Okay. Sissy. No. Okay. Now, in the church is hidden some gift. I want you to find it. They are in form of, the gift are in form of this envelope. I want you to find it. When you find it, read it out loud and decide in your heart who you are going to give that gift, that word to. It's a treasure. So, yeah. But before then, I have prayed over all these words. And yeah, whatever you choose, know that God is talking to you. So you have few minutes to run and find the treasure, everyone, guys. Go. Yay! That was quick. Search under the chairs, search everywhere. 6 more. No, stay with it, stay with it. Stay there. Check, guys. Look very well. Look very well. How many of us found our treasure? We're still searching. There is still more. 1 each, yeah. When you find yours, please come forward. Yay, well done. There is one still remaining very close to the altar. How many did we have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 2 more. Under the chairs, at the back, the sides. Look very well. the back, that side as well. And there is some there as well. Any more? How many do we have now? 6. There is still one at the back over there. Underneath the chair. Have a look. Yay! It's complete. Well done, guys. Now I want you to open it and read it out loud, one by one, and give it to someone in the congregation. Now don't give it to your parents, okay? And whatever is in it, you can decide to share the goodies in it or keep it to yourself. Keep everything for yourself. Eddie, do you want to do your first reading? Go ahead. One minute. One minute. Oh. Thank you, sir.
God's love shines through you. Your kindness and compassion makes the world a better place.
Who do you want to give it to? Go give it to someone in the congregation. Quickly. Can I have the mic? Now, the next person. Do you want to read it out and give it out to someone in the congregation?
You have a beautiful heart. You love for others reflects God's love in you.
Now go give it to... Can I have it? I have the microphone. Thank you. You can hold it. Go. Give it to anyone. And also think, do you want to share your gift or you want to keep it to yourself?
God's little masterpiece. You are unique and special, just like a beautiful work of art.
Good. Give it to the next person. Quick.
You are loved beyond measures. God's love for you is infinite and unconditionally.
Yeah, so give it to the next person and go give your gift out.
You are brave and strong. God gives you the courage to face challenges and overcome them.
Lovely. Give the microphone to her. Now go give it. You also have a gift. You can choose to keep your gift or give it out. Oh. Yes.
You have a heart of forgiveness. God's love helps you to forgive and make
Yeah, go give it to someone. And your gift, do you want to keep your gift or you want to give your gift out? You do whatever you like. Yeah, go ahead.
You are fearfully and
You can keep
wonderfully
it.
made. God created you with
Give
love
it to
and
anyone,
care,
anyone.
and you are truly special to Him.
Take the word, give it to someone. Give the word to someone and choose to keep your goodie or, yeah. Thank you. Well done, guys. Now, how many of you gave your gifts out? How many of you gave your gift out? How many of you all kept it? Okay, all right. Now, I want 5 adults to come and take this. Whatever you take, feel it as just have it as an inspiration. God is talking to you. So I want to give Sarah one. Who wants this? Come. One for you, one for Jonah at the back. That's for you. God is talking to you through that. Vera, do you want to give that to June at the back? Thank you. Now I have 2 special ones left. Who wants that? Sissy. Mondley. Thank you. That's God's inspiration to you. Thank you so much for having me, guys, and we've come to the end of our show.